And it's another Worthington game. How about that, folks? Are you noticing a trend here today? What game do we have?
We have Dunkirk, France, 1940.
We were supposed to go to Dunkirk. You may not remember that during our honeymoon, and instead Pierre drove us around to show us still the destruction from World War I on the battlefields where villages used to be, and there's a marker there that this was the village of whatever, and now that was destroyed in World War I.
Pierre was always nervous.
So we didn't get to Dunkirk, but
No.
what's on the cover that you like?
Stukas.
And Stukas have Jericho trumpets on them, and what does that sound like?
Scream.
It's a screaming sound, isn't it?
And nothing else sounds like a Stuka except another Stuka.
Except another Stuka. And who was in the movie Dunkirk that you love?
Oh, Kenneth Branagh.
And he played a Royal Navy commander at a quay as they're evacuating the BEF, the British Expeditionary Force, off of the beaches at Dunkirk. So
He's still hot.
he's still hot. Show us the back of the boxer, Miss Katie. Yeah, let's look at this. We'll come in closer on you in the box. It looks very interesting to me. And oh my, I see it has...
Don't say stickers.
It has...
Don't say wooden blocks.
We're going to come up with the word she hates right here.
Uh-oh.
Wooden game pieces.
No.
I didn't realize that till right now. So poor Miss Katie's holding a box with wooden game pieces. Show us the front again there, Miss Katie. But it's a nice cover. You've got British soldiers shooting up at the Stukas. I wonder if they knew the proper way how to lead a plane. We learned that in the Army. I wonder if they learned the same thing. So, as always, we thank you for your help, Miss Katie. Bye-byes. Hi, folks. We're going to be talking about Dunkirk, but as many of you may know, well, the ones who are on our Facebook page, the Panzer Digest magazine page, know that Sheridan will soon be going over Rainbow Bridge because he has cancered the map. So we're including him as much as we can because he's been a great dog, and well, he's been a great dog. So, and of course you saw Maggie coming out to want to hang out, and Ollie is walking around in front of Miss Katie, but Sheridan's doing pretty good, all things considered. They thought he may have already passed, but he's typical Smith. Fights to the end. So, now, let's talk about Dunkirk, which is an entirely different fight now, isn't it? And what movie did we see, Miss Katie? We saw Dunkirk, didn't we?
Michael Branagh. Kenneth Branagh.
Kenneth Branagh.
Sorry, Kenneth. I love you.
Oh. Yeah. So, of course, we've got Patsy, who is being difficult, much like my mother would have been. My mother would have been out here doing something. So, we love my mother, but like Patsy, sped. So, let's talk about the game now. We've got the game box, right? Okay. Stukas with probably the Jericho trumpets on them, the sirens. BEF, folks, in the back. I kind of like this cover. It's more of a BEF feel to it. But here's the thing you need to understand. This is not a game about Dunkirk per se. I was surprised. Let's read the back. Let me get my new prescription glasses I got, which are still a bit of a challenge. We got those in the mail. Was it yesterday, Miss Katie?
Yeah.
Yesterday, from the VA. Dunkirk, France, 1940 allows you to refight the German invasion of France and the Low Countries in May and June of 1940. So it is not just on Dunkirk. It is not like the 3W game of some years back. Wow, that's a marriage go. But, so this is really more a France 1940 type game. Rule book, 12 pages. Order of battle on the back. Now let's open the inside. And you know what it's going to have? It's going to have the one thing that Miss Katie loathes in any game. What does Miss Katie loathe? Stickers. Stickers, which means then it has what, Katie? If
Wooden.
it has stickers,
It's wooden block.
it has wooden blocks. So we have, let me get them here. And Sam, you're going to be disappointed that we don't have extra bags. We only have French and DEF, and probably the Dutch and Belgians will go on it. And then we have, well, they're gray. They're field gray. Well, they're not mice. They're German blocks. We then have cards. Most of the cards, as you can see, are German cards. Now, is that really a surprise? I don't think so, because when you look when Canvas Temple Publishing did their recent Good Game of France 1940, the disparity in cards was almost the same. But the cards offer you different things to do. You can either use it as a battle card, and excuse me folks, I have to put my glasses on because I can't read the bottom. You could use it as a reinforcement card, like this one here, or an event card. So, and each side the same thing. And dice. I like dice. My cats love dice. Even better, the game has strategy cards. Let's see, we go from Alpha to Foxtrot. And they are three variants in a sense. Well, there's three scenarios. There's Drive to the Coast, variants 1 and 2. Divide and Conquer, variant 1 and 2. And On to Paris, variant 1 and 2, which Miss Katie and I did not get to on our honeymoon because I believe we toured instead battlefields of northern France, and we went to, where was Taps played, Miss Katie?
Ypres.
Ypres.
Or Yippers.
Or Yippers. Everybody always told us to call it Yippers. Now, unlike the GMT Stalingrad 42 game, which I'm still complaining about the maps, and why is that, Miss Katie?
I forget.
What?
Oh, mounted map board.
They were not mounted, were they?
No.
But here we have a mounted map board, super large hexes, and here you've got your game turns on the side. And of course, you think I always say the same thing, but I think it's an attractive map.
That's a pretty map.
Well, you have it there, folks. Miss Katie said it's a pretty map. And our honeymoon was spent, parts of our honeymoon was spent through this area. Because then we went to Aachen.
Dragon.
We saw
Dragon's Teeth.
Dragon's Teeth. I'll tell you, can a man be any more romantic than I was in your honeymoon to take your wife to go see Dragon's Teeth?
Took me drinking too.
Well, we did a lot of drinking on our honeymoon because we were over there actually with our unit for VE Day. But yeah, we saw a lot of brasseries in Belgium.
We got blasted.
Some of us got more blasted than the others. Now, 2 books to recommend here. One that's not a surprise. Guderian's 19th Panzer Corps in the Battle of France by Rochbrust. Thin little book. Breakthrough in the Ardennes, May 1940. Replete with maps. Not necessarily the greatest maps, but situational maps. But lots of notes, lots of appendices, a number of pictures I haven't seen before, so worth picking up. And again, that's Rothbrust, R-O-T-H-B-R-U-S-T, Florian. I'll know on that one, folks. The second book, The Collapse of the Third Republic. And I was thinking about this when I went back to Hall to fetch Miss Katie. This is probably the guy that when I was a child who I wanted to to become William Shirer, who I think was the Dean of American Historians in a sense, because he just had the common touch and the common knack, and wrote a number of great books, but this one might be his least known in one sense, and that's The Collapse of the Third Republic, and that deals with how France had such internal problems from the fall of the Second Empire under Napoleon III. We had a momentary glitch that the camera decided to make Miss Katie feel silly. So, Shirer's book, it's a thick one. And of course, like many of my books, it's heavily marked. It is, wow, I think I forgot it was this many pages. To include notes, it goes over 1,000 pages. If you want to get a feel for what Europe was like and the chaos in France politically, socially, and militarily, post-World War I and up through the time of the invasion on 10 May 1940, this book, this tome, is worth it. And again, that's William F. Shirer's The Collapse of the Third Republic. And as always, we thank you folks, and I'll be looking at things a little closer here in a minute. All right, folks, it's me. We're back, and we're going to resize the camera so we can look at the map. The map from afar. Barry, you better like this. You better say nice things this time. And now the map close up. Okay, yeah, goofy ocean waves. But, and you can see, and the map is not flawed. It's just because of the way it's sitting here. But, big hexes. Big hexes, nice rivers, because you can see in here. Great book here, Flight to Eris. Brussels, which we were on in our honeymoon. But, you know, fairly standard map, and it's mounted, which makes me happy, of course. Rule book. And we'll open it up, and it's nicely illustrated. You know, here, map size, and then we talk about headquarters, what units are, formations, and in a sense, one of the key elements of the things, understanding the cards. So, well set up, it seems right off. We've gone through them and had no real questions. And order of battle. Well, it's a little, maybe not generic, but for those folks who want it to be a certain type, well, it's not going to satisfy you, probably. And of course, we've got blocks and blocks. Now, let's go to the stickers. Well, they look like the order of battle, don't they? Well, yes, they do. So we will have to mount those on here. And then here are the strategy cards. And let's look at these closely. Here's one of the strategy cards. And these are all German strategy cards. And of course, there's Drive to the Coast Variant 2. Now, how are they different? Well, you go down to number 3 and 4. You got Conquer the Netherlands and Conquer Belgium on this one. And on this one, you don't have that. So in total, we have 6 strategy cards. I like the way they look. Sometimes the old-timey look, as we call it, works, and sometimes it doesn't. Here, it works. Then we've got the cards. We have the Allied card, and we have the Axis card. They're the same, in a sense, and we turn them over, airstrike, or you get 2 infantry steps. Here, counter-strike, or infantry steps. So both of these show reinforcements or battle. Well, let's get another one. Okay, here's an event. It allows exploitation or even artillery strike. And let's see if what the allied different one would be. Oh, we have an event, intelligence. Or reinforcements again. Looks like it should be fun, and let's see what do they say the time is to be playing this. Of course, we can double it for me because I always keep session notes and I play longer or slower. So, victory within 2 hours, or in my case often, defeat and victory since I'm playing myself, 4 out of 10 difficulty. Seems on the lower end. We'll find out and we'll let you know because we'll be playing it, we'll be writing a review, and you'll be able to see it then on Board Game Geek. As always, we thank you folks, and we'll leave you again with Sheridan and Maggie sort of skulking around Sheridan. Thanks, folks. Have a lovely Sunday today.